Hey kids, mommy's slowing down, okay? We're doing the same thing we did last year, wearing the same thing that we did last year. I think it's about time to think about sending her off to pasture. Off to the old factory. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, we're going to be continuing on with our little fashion lessons. This time with one of those steal their looks things, where we're going to go through a collection of the Kingdom Hearts characters and we're going to, person by person, dress them with a specific luxury brand. I thought that would be cool to like assign each character to a brand, really get into depth with what that brand has to offer. And we're not really going for an exact one-to-one of outfits or pieces that a character has previously appeared in. We're more so just going for the vibe of a character, and the inspiration could come from any one of their outfits. 1, 2, 3, dream drop. Maybe take some inspiration from their Super Groupies outfits, collection 1 or 2. I'm also trying to limit myself to what is currently in season and on the websites for each of these pieces, just so it's easier to like show you. And because this is a luxury brand, kind of steal their look, and like the whole point of the steal their look is to be outrageous with, sorry to explain the joke, oh this is so unfunny, but the whole point of the joke is to make things as expensive as possible. So we're also going to see who of the characters that we've picked can be the most expensive girly pop. They deserve it. Oh, they've become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And we're just gonna go through the characters, see what there is to see, maybe learn something, probably not. You know, mommy's in it for the slop tube, darlings. I don't have all this time to be cooking your food. So for Sora, I chose Louis Vuitton because it's one of the biggest brands out there. It's a brand that has actually collaborated with Square Enix on multiple occasions, most famously with their Spring-Summer 2016 collection Series 4 that had a special guest appearance from one Lightning Farron. Ooh, you better get it, girl. I hope she got a big check. And most recently with One Winged Angel being a part of the soundtrack for the Men's Fall/Winter 2025 show. That is correct. I did not edit that music into that show. That's actually what the models were walking to, live in the room with the full orchestra. The show's soundtrack was also put together by Pharrell Williams, the creative director of the men's line. So I guess Pharrell is just like a big Square guy. And if, for instance, there ever was an official high fashion house brand collaboration with the Kingdom Hearts series, I would assume it would probably be Sora being the face of this series, leading that campaign, much in the way that Lightning had previously. So, to start out, I think this outfit is probably going to be heavily influenced by his appearance in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, just because that's the most street clothes like he has ever been. So we're gonna go with a couple of like basic layers here, starting off with this hoodie. I think it'll just be like a nice solid color. Looks to be bold graphics. It's 100% cotton, it's probably very soft. I love the way the logos kind of fade as it goes up the body, body. It's just a shame that I've been lying to you and it doesn't actually come in red. For his jacket, I found this nice blouson. It's in the damier print, which can come off kind of looking check-esque, if you will, which is very big in the Kingdom Hearts design ethos right at this moment. But the damier print, if you know anything about the history of the house, since the inception of the brand, Louis Vuitton has constantly had problems with people, dupes, people ripping off his designs. And one of the ways that they tried to stop people from replicating their designs so quickly was to create a specific print that would be more costly for these rip-off houses to put into effect and rip them off for a quicker buck. That's where the monogram print comes from that you see all over the place. It was mostly an invention of the Louis Vuitton brand. But before the monogram print came, the damier print, which is kind of a simple squares here and there. So because the damier print would be a part of like Sora's outfit, that is like, ooh, the legacy of the brand, we're selling it very well, you know. I also like the different materials used in making this jacket with the leather arms, but also the wool jacquard that's going on the center. Also seems just like very comfy. And also to kind of match the jacket in a maybe more subtle way, I wanted to go with these flocked track pants. I had a hard time kind of finding Sora's like pant shape, even though I feel like his pant shape is becoming more and more popular across the board now. I just couldn't find it on the Louis Vuitton website, or they're just not doing it this season. So I went with kind of just these basic track pants that you could take the hem of at the ankle and kind of just push them up to give him his more voluminous pant style that he usually wears. If we wanted to do that, right, just a little bit of styling with our styling, you know. And I do like the fact that they are flocked, so they have this, it's in the check damier print again, so we match the jacket, right. But there's also these multiple textures going on, so it makes it feel more luxurious than to just have a flat black pant, right? We have different ways that these pants catch the light. So I think that could be worn very fun, in a fun way. And they're also technical track pants. So they're very good for movement, and he's free to, you know, run down the city streets and fight whatever dark sides come along, no matter how cool they look. For shoes, oh my goodness, shoes. Whatever will we do with such an iconic pair of shoes for any kind of character to have? However, will we be able to replicate this in real life? We never will, but we can get as close as we possibly can. There is this exclusive, I'm pretty sure that means limited edition, version of their typical LV trainer. I've heard good things about their trainers. Supposedly they wear very well. They last a long time. If you're in the the mood to spend $1,000 on sneakers, you know. But this one specifically it's meant to like celebrate New York, right? Because they just had their New York flagship store kind of redone. They made it look like a box. They made it look like a box. They made it look like one of their trunks on the outside. Or was that just the temporary walls? No, yeah, I liked the temporary walls better. And then they took them down for like the renovated store. Blech. But they have these exclusive pair that I think is to celebrate the reopening of that flagship store. It has like a New York license plate as a tag that's on the shoe. You can take that off. I mostly just really liked the color story of this shoe, right? Because I did have a backup for just the yellow regular LV maxi sneakers, but I felt like that was just a little too yellow, kind of flat in its dimensionality. I just liked the way that this had a couple of shades of yellow, a little bit of a hint of white. I think that it makes the colors pop a little bit more, you know. Also kind of struck out with jewelry. There wasn't quite as vast of a selection, I feel, as maybe with other characters and other brands, let's say. Kind of falling behind here. But I think Sora, of course, with his iconic, you know, crown chain necklace, I think it was very apt to give him a chain himself. This has little LVs on the sides. Ooh, that's so nice, isn't it? Oh, it's so nice. Could have been chunkier. Got to say, could have been chunkier, but, you know, this is, again, slim pickings for some reason for Louis Vuitton. They're not really known for their jewelry, so it's not like the most horrible thing in the world, but what are you doing? I can't dress Sora Kingdom Hearts in your clothing brand. Come on. And since I was kind of a little bit more desperate for accessories, kind of went back into the closet, kind of went back into the recesses of older collections and found this on the resale market. Just some gray lambskin fingerless gloves. I like the little chain detail that's here. I feel like if you add a chain or a buckle or something, that's very Kingdom Hearts. And I wanted to bring Sora's fingerless gloves in here somewhere. He needed more accessories, mostly. And then finally, what I do love about, I don't know if Louis Vuitton did this before, but at least with the Pharrell stuff that I've been keeping up with, Pharrell has had people wheel out the large trunks of that they sell, because Louis Vuitton as a brand started out with making trunks more than they did clothes or even bags, right? Because this was, again, Victorian times where to travel. Ooh, we love to travel. Ooh, we're traveling. They got on a train. Good Lord, I miss ya. Trains. And trains just had like more space to put your things, so like a large trunk that was, you know, schlepped here and there could carry all of your fancy rich people clothes and take you to your seaside destination, because that's what your doctor described, because that was most of the medicine in Victorian times. You gotta go breathe in sea salt air. That'll cure your pneumonia. I like that Pharrell is either bringing back or just showing off again, history, legacy. We're showing that off with this collaboration. So I wanted to give Sora a trunk, so I picked out this $99,000 one. This newest collection had a lot of acrylic see-through trunks, which is I think a new material for them. So that I think is really freaking cool. And also, if Sora carries around his trunk in Quadratum, you know, the Master of Masters has his black box. So, you know, we have to have our own box that we're looking around to compete. He can't be, you know, showing us up in the fashion world. Sure, your trunk might have, you know, whatever he has in it. Very big important story thing. That'll probably be nothing. But my trunk's $99,000. I could fit your whole house in my trunk. Poor? What are you doing, poor? You might be the you're the masters of welfare, queen. So with his outfit all put together, Sora comes in with a grand total of $112,275 doll hairs. Hey, that's pretty good for our first outing, Chet. Let's see if he can keep those numbers up on the board. Next is, of course, my reason for living, my raison d'être. It's Kairi Kingdom Hearts time. So for Kairi, I chose Prada. Well, first of all, Lightning, along with the rest of the cast of Final Fantasy XIII-2, also collabed with Prada during their Spring-Summer 2012, I believe. Lightning in her ugly shirt. And also, mostly for this other reason, but we'll have to work our way through the video in order to get to that, okay? So you gotta just stick with me. You gotta keep watching! Please keep watching! Please keep watching! Oh! So the name of the game here is, layering. Just so we have a chance to, like, see some of the offerings that we have. So I thought that I would take a lot of inspiration from her first outfit, which had a lot of croppy toppies that also were layered. So we're gonna start off with this jersey crop top. They have a couple more options, but I think this one is the best length for what I'm trying to do here. And also, lovely embroidered organza. This other crop top that would then go on top of the regular black one. I think it's got lovely texture, a lovely little design, love embellishments. Oh god. Flowers, of course, being along Kairi's motif. Love to put that girl in florals. Florals for spring. Groundbreaking. not like a huge fan of this color. I think it's leaning a little bit more corally and peachy than it is like a true Kairi pink, but you know, we're working with what we got here. And then what Prada is apparently doing in recent seasons, or whatever they have on the website, is this cool skirt design that's attached to a belt with these huge, big old loops we got. Big old clasps. There are a couple of other skirts in this collection that kind of had this cool belt detail, but this one had a side that's pleated and a side that's straight, I guess. Boo, don't ever do that. God, how embarrassing. And that reminds me a lot of stylistically, let's say we're taking an inspiration from Kairi's Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit, where her the two sides of her skirt were asymmetrical. I feel like the belt with the chain links connecting it also kind of gives the feeling of suspenders, which is kind of inspired by her KH2 outfit, where she let those suspenders hang. Let it all hang, girl. Next layer is this cool hood. I just love the idea of a hoodie being made out of 100% leather. I think that's really cool, because you think like hoodie is very loungewear, very relaxed, right? But then to make it out of leather, it just seems so... It's elevating it. Oh, it changed the game. Wow. Ooh, ah. Also, yet another layer. We're doing yet another layer, kids. We're going with one of these long coats. I think it reminds me of her beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, wonderful, show-stopping trench coat from the Super Groupies collaboration. Would love it if it was actually pink, but this coat was single-breasted, then also has a belt, so there could be some cinching. You could create some shaping with the styling of the coat. Blah, blah, blah. So, you know, if Kairi's going to be going to a city, I want her to be warm. You know, cities are always like rainy. Shoes. Prada has for the last couple of years been doing this like combat boot style, while also having a little pocket on the side of it, which is, oh my god, so Nomura. Wow, thank you so much for that, Prada. There's even a zipper on the pocket too. I mean, like, how Kingdom Hearts could you get? Me at the Prada store. Wow, sick Kingdom Hearts reference. These are the tall version of those combat boots. I think this would look really nice with Kairi's ensemble. Also like the lace details. You know, not every boot has a lace up, so it's nice to have that, I think. However, if you wanted to go more current season, there's essentially the combat boots, but just shorter. And also these boots, which are kind of 1-to-1, I think, with her Kingdom Hearts. No, it's not actually. What was I thinking? That's not like her Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit at all. What am I doing? Anyway, those are there also, if you were interested. I'm actually very proud of myself, the way that I have chosen pieces that in some way are reminiscent of all three of her outfits, plus the Super Groupies. I'm proud of that, and hopefully that comes through. For accessories, kind of wanted to load her up on them, because she's my special baby girl. Oh, she's my special baby girl, and she deserves the world. So I wanted to give her just a bunch of little things to play around with. The children, from what I gather, are very into hair clips nowadays. And what my baby girl wants, my baby girl gets. I thought it would be nice to have an assortment of a couple of different hair clips. Just a nice pink one. Ooh, rhinestones. Ooh, a couple of flowers. Flowers, of course, bringing in the detail from the top into the hair. I also like that. Oh, and star bracelet. Boop. But I like how the rose hairpins have a little green on them with the leaves, because I would like to give her this. This is another older pick. This is from 2022. So not current season, but oh god, I love this whole line of the satin the satin crystal triangle bags. Oh, they're so great. And I wanted to go with the green one because I think this is a way that she can like really represent the series in a very cool way. Because what do you think when you think of green triangle? I think of the triangle button on my PlayStation 2 controller. I think this would be, you know, legacy. Oh my god, legacy. This would be a really cool way for Kairi herself to represent the series as a whole, and like the meta of it being a game and how the game is a part of your experience. They have a prompt to have like the green triangle exist on the screen, even in multiple ports. Even when you're on the PC and the prompt is, what is it, spacebar or something, it still has like the essence of the triangle coming in. Oh. This line has multiple different colors. I would love to have any one of them, you know, if anyone's like in the mood to give. But you know, green specifically, I think, for this specific exercise is here. Also, we're getting to the good part, but this will lead us into the good part. So here's a metal brooch from this season, and it's very, very Destiny's Embrace, right? Very multicolored, fine gold, matches the gold of her her star bracelet that we're going to give her. It's always nice to match metals, but you know, it doesn't need to happen all of the time, and that's fine. That's fine. But you know, sometimes when you make a video, there's just one inciting incident that makes it so. And for me, in this video, it was finding this ring. It is my pleasure to, probably for the most of you, introduce you to a brand called BB Vandervelden, which, just an amazing name, right? And she has some of the most intricate, adorable, beautiful, gorgeous, so show-stopping, amazing, wonderful, fantastic, Gorgiana, fabulosa. One of her motifs is like, a crocodile. You could have a ring of a crocodile circling your ring. She has this one crocodile earring where the clasp is a hinge, right? And the hinge is in the mouth of the alligator, and it clamps on your ear. Are you kidding me? It's just a very cool brand, a cool brand for cool girls, and one of her most latest collections is all about like sea. Ooh, the sea. The inherent call of girlies towards the sea. One day I shall return to you, mother. A couple of different maritime animals. Like a jellyfish. Ooh, beautiful. There's the little mermaid tails peeking out here and there. But specifically, what we are here for today is the sea foam ring. Oh my god. And I have to say, like, Pat, the instant I saw this, I said, oh, that's Destiny's Embrace. That is just what Destiny's Embrace is. This is blue topaz, carved, the sea. It looks like water. It's see-through and everything, and it is an exact replica of the Destiny's Embrace hilt. And I shall have it before I die. But the primary thing about this specific piece is, let's just go check the listing, okay? Let's shimmy on over and see. Price available upon request. Oh, yes. Now, there are multiple reasons why the price might not be listed for any particular piece. Depending on the materials that it's made out of, it might be like a big process to put together. There might be a lot of, for instance with this, a lot of drilling, a lot of construction that goes into the piece. So they want to make sure that the people who are looking at this are actually like legitimately interested in it and don't just want to like look around for the funsies. Maybe this piece is just very complicated in its construction And so they're made to order, essentially, right? They do not go into production of making this piece until after you have requested it, right? But as a rule of thumb in the luxury industry, from what I gather, if the price is not listed and it's only price available upon request, that means that this is not under $10,000. Now, if you peruse through the BB van der Velden website, as I have, you'll notice that there are a couple of other pieces that are listed for $11,000, $23,000. So if those pieces have listings on them, but this one doesn't, we could probably assume that maybe, just maybe, this piece is even more expensive than that. So, unfortunately for Kairi, we won't have a definitive number by the end of this, but we can say that maybe this piece is $10,000 to maybe $25,000 plus. But it's cute, right? And just for shits and giggles, just so Ms. Van de Velden does not feel too lonesome with that one little insignificant, really, in the grand scheme of things, ring, I also wanted to add this jellyfish pendant. Kairi has her necklace, right? A special, depending on who you ask. It might just be a spell that Aqua cast on Kairi, not her necklace. But the necklace is kind of important to her look. So I thought, with this being made out of pearl, I think that emulates Kairi's pendant in a high fashion way, though. $16,000 way. Almost $17,000. So anyway, so with her BB van der Velden pieces and her accompanying Prada pieces, Kairi's total comes to $60,560 plus. So, still a little bit undefined, but she deserves it. She's my sweet baby girl. She deserves it. Please, she just needs it. Please just give it to her. So, for Riku, I chose Diesel because Riku is one of the only two characters in the series to legitimately wear jeans, like a real thing that people usually wear a lot. And Diesel is just one of the best brands to do jeans. Also, stick with me on this. 宮城守16歳です。好きな食べ物はパインです。恋をしてるのさ。君に惚れた晴れたのさ。ほのやけどしそうだぜ。そうだぜ。So, I just picture Riku in denim. Diesel is a very cool brand. They're a brand that does a lot of distressed denim. Their latest show, the Spring-Summer 2025 show, was had shredded denim all over the place. The theme of it was kind of about decay, the degradation, the wear and tear on clothing, and the way that kind of goes into the heap, but then you could also you could always rebirth that material into new clothes, right? A cycle of death and renewal. Diesel's also a brand that is very into sustainability. A lot of their denim pieces are recycled denim. So they have these themes of decay and recycling. That cycle of death and rebirth, I think, is very symbolically important to Riku's character arc, and the peaks and valleys, the mistakes he makes, and the retribution for them. So I think that fits with the Diesel in a very deeply metaphorical way somehow. Also, Diesel, their logo is a big D. And in Japanese, Riku's dark mode in Chain of Memories is literally just called D mode, so I think D is not just out of nowhere for Riku to be wearing. So first layer we're gonna start off with is just a simple tank top. But Diesel does this really cool thing where they have their logo right in the center of the chest, but the D is like a cutout. Ooh, I just think that's so cool. I would want his underlayer to be white as it was in his 3 outfit. He had just a simple white t-shirt. We're gonna do more layering. Because something important about Riku is that he needs to show off the guns. One thing about this white t-shirt that I don't actually appreciate is that the logo usually has like a metallic finish to it. This is a very matte white, blends in with the rest of the shirt. It's cool in some aspects. I would just, as a way to represent the brand, ooh, legacy, blah, 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 blah. In this stupid little scenario, I would much rather to have a metallic D, but you know, can't win them all. Next layer that I would like to do is this cape. Oh, Marge! Wow, sick Marge Caprice reference. This vest. Pockets, very Kingdom Hearts. Zipper that goes up and down, very Kingdom Hearts. Also very reminiscent of his shirt in Kingdom Hearts 2 that had that iconic tiny little peak of belly button. He can do that again with this vest. Also love the texture and the ribbing on it. Ooh. Is this, I'm sure this is also 100% cotton or something, because denim is cotton, right?
Yeah, cotton, hey!
So I think Diesel just does a lot of work with cotton. Let's see, yeah. 100% cotton. Don't you want more cotton pieces? Oh yeah.
Everyone's chasing cotton.
So we've gotten our 2 shirts. So let's actually get into the jeans, since the whole reason that we're doing this is because of the jeans that Diesel does. I think these are a nice pair, more of a straight leg, not as baggy as his 2 look, leaning a little bit closer to his Dream Drop look. Yeah, he could tuck this into the shoes I have picked out, I believe. I think that's a nice pair of regular. They don't seem all that regular to me. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Pam. Is that your mom?
Pat.
Pat.
Yeah, trash. Call it Trish.
Next layer that we're going to be doing. Next layer. This, I just think this biker jacket would look heckin' cool. Also, very the bride. Ooh, very the bride.
As I lay in the back of Buck's truck, trying to will my limbs out of entropy, wiggle your big toe. I could see the faces of the cunts who did this to me.
Also, bringing back yellow as a major color in his color scheme. There are some people who have like the theory, or just the interpretation that like the more yellow that Riku has in his character design, the more he's like flirting with darkness, and that's why it is kind of seeped out of his color scheme. But I wonder what it might do both design-wise and also narrative-wise if we brought back a little bit more yellow into there. I just think this is also just like a really cool jacket. I think you should wear it. While we're on the topic of jackets, however, if he needs an alternate outfit, perhaps reminiscent of him donning the black organization coat.
Has actually blindfolded himself.
Yeah, he will not be able to see very well, Cotton.
If we need to completely just drop the black leather coats, let's go with all denim coats. You know? Also, just like really rad construction. Right? Just like super cool. For shoes, let's talk about shoes. Diesel does this cool design for their shoes. They call it the D hammer. Oh, D hammer. Oh wait, they have just this really big D on the toe of their shoes. These combat boots looks really cool, and like I said, Riku could wear this either on the outside or the inside of his jeans cuffs, because they're kind of just a cool shoe anyway, right? It's just the toe on them, just Just very cool, very strong, very impactful looking. But however, if we wanted to like maybe dress it up for the night or something, I think this pair of shoe is also very cool. Can we just appreciate the toe? Can we appreciate the toe on this?
It's gonna be interesting to see what mine are.
Let me feature the boot.
On to accessories and jewelry. I found this this bracelet that it's cut to look like diamonds or gemstones or whatever you have you, but it's all sterling silver. So it has this cool, like almost matte looking, because you're used to like those facets being crystals, so they're more see-through. But I think this is just a cool, innovative way to wear jewelry in a way that's also, I guess, like more masculine or something, right? It's not like, oh, the shiny girly things. It's a shiny in a manly way. Okay? It's manly, even if it's still shiny. Also, there's every single brand has a split like matte black silver chain thing going on. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of this in a lot of people. I think this is very cool for Riku to symbolize his, his dance with the darkness. And the way that he is both a person of both light and darkness, it's still a part of him. Rings. These are all just cool, like a cool logo, cool band. I do love the way that like some rings have an indent. They account for your other fingers being in on the party. Yeah, the skull, the logo, and then the bandy one. And accessories. We're going to give Riku a purse. His jewelry was a little bit too masculine, so I had to, fem him up just a little bit more.
It's gotta be the hair, Cotton. It's beautiful, feathered, and lethal. You just don't see it nowadays.
I think diesel bags are really cool across the board. There's one that is just like all flames. Oh, very Guy Fieri, but also mixed with the cover of The Dark Knight. What is that? Rises? But just a good print, just a good high quality print on those flames. Oh yeah, so juicy. But we wanted to keep it in the denim family for Riku. That's his whole theme for this outfit. So we went with the royal me and also England, wanted to give him this denim bag. I love the fringe on it, but oh god, the crystals, darling. I get very British when I talk about clothes, I've learned. It kind of ties it a little bit back to the bracelet, right? It had its pseudo crystals that we were having there. This is just a cool bag, sorry, it's just a cool bag. And of course we have to go with matching belt that also has crystals on it. And this is kind of, in a way, I was actually very seriously considering Valentino to be Riku's brand for a long time, because they had the rock stud line, which is absolutely ghastly in all instances except this one pair of shoes that's new. Ooh, these are just nice. How Byzantinian. Because of the rock studs on his belt in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, and I thought that was enough to kind of connect him to the brand. I looked through it, it didn't actually have much of anything for Riku actually. So poo on them, kind of from all angles.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But I think kind of in a way, this belt with the crystals all on it kind of almost echo that rock stud sense, but in my opinion, much more fashionable, much more beautiful way. If it's not your shoes, you should at least match your purse to your belt. I mean, come on now, what are you, 6? Quit being such a dumb baby. Come on. And that brings, our cheapest one so far. We're not even in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-digit mark.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Riku's total is 4,802, but if he wanted to also add his stupid jean coat, just as an extra bonus, that would bring him up to 6,297. So for Roxas, I have chosen the brand Off-White because their logo is literally his symbol. Not very often that happens, so, Wow, sick Kingdom Hearts reference. Unfortunately for Roxas, I think Off-White is a brand that used to be cooler. Kinda until a majority of its stake was bought by, you guessed it, LVMH.
LVMH.
In 2021, but LVMH recently sold its stake to Blue Star Alliance, which is a smaller company. Maybe they could have some more dedication to it. Even though one of its other brands is like limited to Justice. Oh girl! You're gonna go get your ears pierced at Off-White recently in September, so we'll see what they come up with. But because of this is, I think, the most out of all of the characters where I went more back into the archives, more resale pieces. So we're going to start off with, how else could we start off with Roxas other than a full checkered button-up shirt. 100% cotton. I hope Roxas fits into a size small. And then just a layer on top of that so everyone's eyes don't hurt by looking at him all the time, moraying all over the cameras. We're gonna put him in this, it's an overshirt this time. That won't happen a lot. I did put a lot of people just in 2 shirts. This also just looks like really soft. Don't you like the padding of it? I think that looks great. Also love the imprint of the logo on the back. It very much reminds me of Ventus's also, because Roxas and Ventus's jackets in the newer Super Groupies collection has very much this kind of feel to them. But like, again, just looks so soft, so comfortable. Also, nobody's doing split pants like they're doing, like Roxas did in 2005. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to go with some regular khaki cargo pants. But I mean, you know, I love the stitching on them. They look nice and clean, very good lines. But there's also like these pants here, which we have. These just look so cool. I mean, look at the shape to them, the suspenders, very nice. Also with the Super Groupies, more so his first look than with his second look. He had this, gorgeous shearling trim jacket. Put me into focus. Thank you. Just looks very, very comfy. And we're all kind of dressing all these people for the city. And because, again, you know, more layers, more clothes to show off. As you can see right now, the product's out of stock, so unfortunately we don't have a price for that on the website itself, but I did find it on resale for $1,125, so we'll be using that price. Also on resale is what is a Roxas inspired outfit without a checkered pattern? Almost was this close to actually just going to Vans for Roxas's brand, but that wasn't exactly luxury prices, and he would be kicked well out of the running for the most expensive outfit. So, in order to give our boy a chance, we're going with the Volk low checkered black and white. I also love the pieces of red here and there. Also, you can see it the most here is that Off-White kind of does this. You could find it cute and endearing, or you could find it just annoying thing of like labeling their pieces. Like you can see it here with the shoelaces on the shoelaces. I think they can go overboard, very like cringe millennial core in some pieces. Like, ooh, put money here. Is it put money here or insert money here? Ooh, that phrasing is even more millennial. God. But, you know, like here or there, it can be cute. I think like the shoelaces on this label is like, I think that's cute. It's fine. It's not egregious. It also might seem kind of like something that Roxas would do. He would find like labeling things to be somewhat funny. That could be an endearing quality about a person. So for Roxas's accessories, since he already has a white and a black ring, we will replicate that with the arrow rings. They come in both black and silver, and so it's again just the logo back and forth across each other. Very nice. Despite the fact that like every brand has these like I said before, the chain links that has a split bi-color between black and white. Off-White is the one brand that doesn't do that, at least at this current time. Off-White just has these bi-color with silver and gold, both in the pendant and in the bracelet, so I guess we'll go with that, even though it would be great because they have a matte black chain bracelet and a silver one. Just put those two together for me, please, for this one stupid little project. There's also one where the logo is in enamel black with silver chain links. I just went with the gold, I guess, to at least match the necklace. He could do that. Want some socks? Let's just give him some socks. I felt like he needed maybe just like one more accessory or so. And the socks are cool because they can come in both black and white. He could buy both pairs and then wear one of each.
Dual wield!
And of course, to tap it off with, we got a bag. Ooh, a gorgeous bag. Ooh, wonderful bags. We all love beautiful, beautiful bags. But like, this is a wonderful bag, of course. Check. Got the logo front and center. There's also a bit of an optical illusion going on with the one half of it. And that's also very Roxas coded, I guess, right? He's very confusion. His whole life was all about confusion and being put off kilter, being uncomfortable with your set of circumstances because you're in the mirror dimension, or, you know, what's the guy that does all the steps in different places? You're in the labyrinth. And also just the pop of red on the inside, which is also, red is Roxas's pop, right, on the inside of his collar. So it's great to have these tiny little pops of red here and there throughout his outfit. With that, what a perfect bag for him too. With his perfect bag, his total has been brought up to 6,779. I'm gonna need you all to start spending more money. Come on, kids. So, with Namine, of course, whenever there's a discussion about fashion in the Kingdom Hearts series, I have to complain about Namine, who's been stuck in the Nomura equivalent of a potato sack for the last 13, 15, 16 years. So, because of her very simple design and thus she didn't leave me much to go off of, when I think of Namine, I think, yeah, let's put her in some Chanel. Come to the Chanel, girls. Because Chanel has kind of a reputation of being, you know, very clean, prim, proper. You don't really wear Chanel to go out on a down. I mean, my goodness, you wear Chanel to a business meeting, right? Any woman who walks into a board meeting wearing a Chanel tweed suit is winning the accounts, Michael. Just give it to her, all right? She already run before you even open your mouth.
Ouch!
This is not really a pinky ring. So of course, and again, even though we have our brand and everything, I'm going to be kind of like combating with Namine, right? I'm going to give her an opportunity to have more color into her wardrobe, but this is kind of a transitionary period for her, right? Sigmar's Caprice 5 reference.
Let's, girl.
We're going to take her from her plain white dress. We're going to go with this one, and what I love about this is that it has a lot of nice texture to it. So not only is it's not colorful just yet, but we are kind of moving in this direction of being a little bit more fun, a little bit more playful, a little bit more artistic. She could be autistic though if we want, quite honestly. Every Kingdom Hearts character could. Right, it has never really made sense that an artist like Namine has this like aversion seemingly to color, but so we're taking her from this flat white dress into this texturized white dress. See, ooh, but progress. And even though our second layer is also quite basic, It's just being black and white with a check pattern. You know, anytime there's a chance to throw a check pattern in there, we're going. But it's also, right, that's the baby steps that you move from. If you have just a plain white color scheme, throwing black in there could shake it up a little bit, right? It works for Roxas. His primary color is checkered patterns. This is her way of kind of moving more into color. And then we're going to get into her. I can't fucking stand how Europeans call flip-flops that. I don't think that needs to happen. What is fun with the Spring Summer 2025 pre-collection? Chanel is just such a... It's such a large brand. It doesn't just limit itself to fall, winter, and spring, summer. It also has like cruise and pre-fall, pre-summer, all this and all that. So that's what they're doing with this. But they have such a gorgeous and cute little collection with their jewelry line, and the way that they're doing these multicolored stars. And I think these are just really pretty. I love the interspersing of pearls with them. The CC in it, it's for some people, not for me, but if that's a part of that, it's a part of this exercise, right? I think this line is so cool. And again, our nice little, just we're dabbling in color here. We're putting drops of colors here and there all throughout Namine's personage, right? So, and I also love that there are multiple pieces in this collection, so there's a lot of layering when it comes to these accessories. So we got a long necklace, we got a choker, we got a cuff, we got these pendant earrings, and we're also, the way that we're kind of pulling some of these colors out of her. The way that her jewelry was very charm focused. I also wanted to give her these flip-flops, which are also very charm focused. Love that. And they have the rainbow tweed in the middle of it. The white is still the primary color, but again, we're pulling those bits of color out of her, and maybe eventually she'll find something somewhere. No, she'll find her paint pants that she just likes to roll around in her paints with. And that will be the way that she carries her color around with her. This collection also had a couple of great bags to go with them. They're tweed, but they have these sequins, and also these, it's like, oh, they look like birthday cake flecks. Oh, they're really cool. Check them out if you have an interest in any kind of bags or just like looking at stuff. I like to look. Ooh, we like to look. And also, as you might have seen, the primary color of the flip-flop is in fact pink, because this collection also features this blouse. It has a matching skirt, but we're just going for the blouse. And because it is such a thin material, you can see, yeah, it's also kind of very see-through, but it has this floral pattern. Florals for spring. Wow, groundbreaking. Who else has a floral motif and is very important to Namine? Well, no, I couldn't think of anyone, I guess. So kind of putting this over the dress, but under the checked blouson. So under this, so again, still just little peaks, just little tiptoe steps towards color. I think that's a great way to bring the color in. And of course, if you're gonna have a Chanel outfit, you have to have a string of pearls. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Coco Chanel always used to say, take one thing out of your before leaving the house.
I found a couple of options. Which one did I go with? I went with this one, even though I love the way that they have the little stars, the colorful stars on the CC logo. However, I thought it was just a little too similar to the pearls that we have on the other necklaces. And I wanted larger pearls, so it's more of the focus on this necklace. And the little pink wink, again, bringing color, and leaning on Kairi for her color is I think not a terrible idea. Now, also, this is another archive pull, because this is just one of the best bags ever made. Sorry. This is the Sunset on the Sea line, girls. Oh, they made 1, 2, 3, 4 colors for this bag, and oh, every one of them is just wonderful. I mean, look at the ombre in it. The colors are so nice and soft. The 3 little enamel chain links in the center. Ooh. Again, if anyone feels interested in gifting, I would love to have all 4 colors of these. I debated for a long time whether or not to give Namine the blue one, because like her shoes in her official outfit, she does have the blue in the shoes. However, it's not exactly the same blue, and because we did start to bring in the pinks, I think the coral one is good with that. The beige is a little too orange leaning in the back. The coral at least has a little bit of pinky in it, so we're gonna pull that one. And that's Namine's outfit. And we have finally got some numbers on the board here with 33,270 doll hairs. That's my girl. She's getting on there. She's getting up there. And you know what? I just talked. I yapped for too long, so I'm gonna have to split this video into 2. This one will be to celebrate March Caprice, and then I'll see you again sometime soon. See you guys in a month or 2. I hope you had a happy March Caprice, but come on back now, okay? March Caprice is a celebration by the fans for the fans of Kingdom Hearts. We come around every year in March to celebrate the anniversary of this wonderful series that has touched so many people and has made so many people's lives better. And we hope to do the same. In the same way you can have a sick Kingdom Hearts reference, you could also now have a sick March Caprice reference. This video will be added as a playlist into the March Caprice 5 celebration on the March Caprice YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to that. Make sure to visit our website at marchcaprice.com. If you want to see all of this year's or previous years or even future years celebrations and events, that's our central hub. We'd love to see you there. There's a lot of great stuff of all different kinds of categories across all kinds of fandom things that you could think of. Writing, cosplay, art, more videos that you can find in a playlist, music, live streams. Did I say cosplay already? That's kind of fashion-esque. Merchandise. Anything that you as a Kingdom Hearts fan could ever want or conceive of enjoying. It's all for you at March Caprice. And it's time to say it. It's time to say it once again. Happy March Caprice!